Coby White and Josh Giddey lead the way as the Chicago Bulls beat the Charlotte Hornets today. We're going to be talking about the key takeaways from today's win. This is your host, Rico Greenhowe, and you have found yourself on another episode of Bulls Digest. And so today, the Chicago Bulls take care of the Charlotte Hornets, and I think the initial key takeaway here is that the Chicago Bulls really stepped on the gas in the second quarter and really did not look back. And so before we go ahead and jump into the box score and look at the key takeaways from today's win, I first wanted to remind you that 73.2% of you that watch are not subscribed to the channel. So make sure that you go ahead and you slam dunk on that subscribe button, as it means a lot to us here at Bulls Digest as we try to reach our end of the season subscriber goal. And so with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the box score and look at the key takeaways from today's game. And so we always start with the MVPs of the day or of the game. And so the first MVP on the night is going to have to go to Coby White. I think that Coby White was just really exceptional in this one. I mean, just the fact that he turned it on in the second quarter, I think that was really a huge difference in this game once he started to score just in bunches. I believe he had 16 points alone in the second quarter, including ending with a buzzer beater deep three-point shot that was nearly at the center court line. So Coby White was on fire coming back home, so to speak. And so look, Coby White, he had it going. He had 37 points, 5 assists in this one, 2 rebounds, 2 steals. He was plus 14. He was 12 of 16 from the field, 6 of 8 from deep. But more importantly, he was 7 of 7 from the free throw line. I believe now his season percentage is up to 90%, and he also played 35 minutes. And so Coby White had a huge day in his return back to Charlotte. And so next up, the next MVP of the game for us, it was going to be Josh Giddey. Look, Josh Giddey once again flirted with a triple-double. He nearly had it. He just was, I believe, a couple of assists away. And so he had 23 points in this one. He had 8 assists. He had 10 rebounds. He had a steal. He was plus 14. He was 7 of 13 from the field. He was 2 of 6 from deep. But he also got to the free throw line 8 times, and he made 7 of those. And so again, between Josh Giddey and Coby White continuing to get downhill, putting pressure on the rim, it really opens up the offense. They led the way tonight, so 34 minutes of play for Josh Giddey, another great game for him. And so next up, MVP number 3 for me, it is going to have to go to Vooch. I think that Vooch was an MVP tonight. I like the way that once again he comes out with the great energy. I think that this is maybe the 3rd or 4th straight game where we're seeing some great energy for him. And if you have not got a chance to look at the game, the way that the offense is really running right now, it's much different from what it was, I think, at the beginning of the season. You'll see that Vooch is generally trailing plays. He's in like dribble handoff situations, and he's working well from there. He's either hitting the three-point shot. He's doing a great job as far as following Coby and Josh Giddey and any of the guards to the lanes and getting like maybe a tip-in opportunity or something like that. And then also, too, he's taking care of business with those little turnarounds and things like that. And so I just like the way that Vooch is really mixing it up. And in today's game, he had 16 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. He was plus 25. He was 6 of 12 from the field, 2 of 5 from deep. And so Vooch, I think he has a solid game. It's an MVP for me. That's 201 now double-doubles here in a Chicago Bulls uniform. And so Vooch just being the pro's pro out there. And so next, let's go ahead and jump into the box score and just look at the key takeaways there from the rest of the team. And so let's start with Kevin Huerter. And so look, I like the way that Kevin Huerter was out there filling the lane. He hit some corner three-point shots with some confidence out there. I continue to say this, that Kevin Huerter, look, he has the Atlanta Hawks swag right now. So he's got 13 points. He's got 1 rebound, 3 assists, 1 steal, plus 8 in this one, 5 of 8 from the field, 3 of 5 from deep in 29 minutes. And so, again, I continue to love the activity from Kevin Huerter, and he just looks even more comfortable as each game goes along. And so next up, up, next player we want to talk about here was Modest Buzelis. And so, look, Modest Buzelis, I think, has another solid game. I know from just the points and, statistics, it wasn't anything that just majorly jumped off the page. But, man, I like the flashes that yet again we see from Modest Buzelis. He had 10 points in this one, 4 rebounds. He had an assist. He had a block shot. He was +5. He was 4 of 8 from the field, 2 of 3 from deep in 24 minutes. But there was a play in the third quarter where Vooch has the basketball. He turns, and then I believe Modest gets backdoor on his man. It's a bounce pass to Modest, and he goes up for a dunk. And initially it looked like he was going to do a reverse dunk, but just kind of in the middle of the dunk, he kind of like turned, and it was like a half reverse. It was just an amazing display of athleticism. And if you got a chance to just watch that game, especially on NBA TV, it made Dale Curry just say, wow, because, it was just a terrific dunk. And so, again, Modest Buzelis showing us the athleticism, showing us just how special of a player that, he is going to be in this league. And so next we go ahead and we look at the bench. And so starting with Zac Collins. And so, look, Zac Collins in this one, 4 points. He had 8 rebounds. He had 2 assists. He was -11 in the plus-minus box score. He was 2 of 6 from the field in 15 minutes. And so, look, I liked Zac Collins' energy. I love the fact that he's hitting the boards. At one point, he didn't miss a shot, but then he took a corner three. It just didn't go down for him. And then, the misses came after that. But still, I like Zac Collins. I like the energy that we continue to get from him. Next up, look, Patrick Williams. He had a very good game. And so he was right there with being an MVP for me. But look, he always plays well when he goes back home, so to speak, much like Coby White. Look, Patrick Williams, 15 points in this one, 3 rebounds. He had 2 steals. He was +25 in the plus-minus box score, which actually tied with the team lead with Vooch today. He was 6 of 8 from the field. He was 1 of 2 from downtown in 27 minutes. And I just think that Patrick Williams was more assertive today, and this is probably why it leads to a lot of frustration, I think, as a Chicago Bulls fan, because this is there for Patrick Williams to this could be an every game situation. At some point, he has got to figure this out, because he should definitely be having more of these type of games than we see the low of lows, where he's just getting single points and single rebounds. Patrick Williams definitely has the talent, and he's shown that he has the skill level to get it done. And so a good game for Patrick Williams tonight. All right, next up for THT. And so THT didn't necessarily have a big factor as far as scoring the basketball, but I still liked what I got from THT. He's always seeking, going out there trying to get a bucket. So you love that about him. 5 points in this one, an assist, a rebound. He did get to the free throw line today, 3 of 4 in 14 minutes. Julian Phillips, 2 points, +7 in 11 minutes, 1 of 4 from the field, 0 of 3 from deep. But still, you like the effort that you're getting from Julian Phillips. You like the confidence that you're getting from him. And I think that is the same for Dalen Terry. I think that Dalen Terry came in, once again, giving us some good energy. These guys understanding how they can be an impact off of the bench. You continue to see that. And so Dalen Terry, 2 points. He had a rebound. He had 2 assists, +6 as well in 12 minutes. And so that's always great when you're in a plus in the plus-minus box score. Also, too, EJ Liddell, he got a minute. You got Emmanuel Miller. He got 4 points in this one. And then also, too, Jameer Young got a minute as well. And so, look, this was a solid win for the Chicago Bulls. I think that, again, they just took off in the second quarter and really never looked back. And so even though they didn't dominate the second half, so to speak, you got to give the Hornets a lot of credit. The Chicago Bulls still went ahead and took care of business. And so a great win there tonight. And so let's go ahead and jump into now the team box score and take a look here at the key takeaways from that. And so we bring that up, and here we go. And so we got the Hornets and the Chicago Bulls in the rebounding totals. And so it looks like the Bulls are going to win that total 41-40 there. And so by a rebound, the Bulls take care of business. 14-13, the Hornets lead in the turnovers. And so that was a huge discrepancy at one point in time where the Hornets were actually, they had a lot more turnovers than the Chicago Bulls. That actually picked up for us in the second half. And then as far as the block shots concerned, or are concerned today, the Hornets, they were leading in that category 2-1. And so not too many block shots in today's game. As far as points in the paint, the Hornets, they lead that category 64-60. It seemed like it was going to be more for the Hornets, especially since they kept exclusively going inside to Mark Williams. But again, just only beating the Bulls by 4 in that category. 8-7, the Bulls in the steals department. And so that is good activity as far as getting steals. And then I think that this was probably another key out of this game. The Chicago Bulls have 26-5 as far as the fast break points are concerned. And so the Bulls lead in that category. They did a great job as far as playing fast, playing with terrific pace. You know, Giddey had a lot of look-aheads and things like that to a lot of our players running the break and such. And so really good night for the Bulls in the fast break department. As far as the field goal percentage, 53.5% for the Bulls, 44.4% from downtown. So that was great. You had the Hornets, they had 48.2% from the field, 26.7% from downtown, so they really struggled there. And then as far as the assists to field goal makes, 26 assists to 46 field goal makes for the Chicago Bulls. So that was good to see as well. And so, again, the Bulls take care of business against the Hornets. They are solely now in ninth place. They have a chance to move up here, and we'll see what happens over the last week of the season. But, again, man, Josh Giddey, Coby White, these guys just looking very confident, looking very good as a backcourt. I'm loving the fact that we are seeing the bigs able to go out there and make the adjustment as, our guards are kind of making plays and getting downhill. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Julian, Phillips, and Dalen coming off the bench and impacting the games without having to score a lot. THT is just coming in, just being a real bucket getter for us. And so it's very exciting to see because I want to see what's going to happen, if we do get Trey Jones back, if we do get Lonzo Ball back, who knows? Just with Lonzo, it's been, reported that, every game is a possible return for him, but he's just not to the point of feeling comfortable. Trey Jones, we know, is still in the walking boot, but we just haven't heard anything as far as him being ruled out. And so I'm still hoping that at some point we see both of those players back. And so a good one here for the Bulls. And look, man, this is going to be an interesting last week as they continue to tune up for the play-in situation. And so let me know in the comments what your key takeaway was from tonight's win. And as we always say, go Bulls, and we will see you on the next one. All right, peace.